Once in a land filled with sunshine and laughter, there was a village so beautiful it looked like a painting. This village was home to King Chima, a ruler loved by all for his wisdom and kindness. His heart embraced everyone, ensuring their happiness and safety. King Chima had a large family with 2 wives. His first wife, Yuli, bore him 3 daughters, princesses as radiant as the morning sun. His second wife, Rachi, gave him 2 brave sons, future kings of the land. The princesses were known for their playful hearts. Each day, they ran barefoot from the palace, laughing and shouting, playing games, splashing in the river, and covering themselves in mud. Their dresses became filthy, their hair unkempt, but they did not care. They felt free. Not everyone in the village approved of their wild nature. "They are too unruly," people whispered. "Why don't they behave like royalty?" Their mother, Yuli, often reminded them, "You are princesses, my dears. It is time to act like it." But the princesses only giggled and ran off, their spirits untamed. They longed to be like everyone else, to play, explore, and love the land they would one day rule. The villagers thought them foolish. Why can't they see they are different? But the princesses paid no mind. To them, being true to themselves was more important than wearing a crown. Every year, the village held a grand festival where the princes sought brides. On the festival day, the village square burst with color, music, and the scent of delicious food. Young women from near and far dressed in their finest, dancing gracefully, hoping to catch the eyes of the princes. From the palace, the princesses watched through the window, uninterested in the glitter and gold. When men came seeking their hands, they found reasons to refuse. "He is too proud," one would say. "He thinks his wealth can buy love," sighed another. Even when a wealthy man from a distant village arrived with gifts, they turned him away. When he boldly claimed he would marry all 3 and make them his 7th, 8th, and 9th wives, they splashed water on him, causing the entire village to erupt in gossip. "How foolish," the villagers murmured. Turning away rich and powerful men. Their parents, King Chima and Queen Yuli, were puzzled. "Why won't you marry?" they asked. "Your brothers have chosen their brides. You are the eldest." The princesses only smiled. "When we find true love, we will know." As their brothers' festival ended, the princesses admired the courage of the maidens but yearned for something different. They sought love that understood them, that saw beyond their crowns. The village continued to whisper, "What will become of the 3 foolish princesses?" But they remained unbothered. True love, they believed, could not be found in a single day. It had to come in its own time and way. Seasons passed, and the princesses grew into beautiful young women. They watched the leaves change from green to gold and saw their brothers find joy with their brides. Something stirred in their hearts. Perhaps it was time to open themselves to love, but only if it was true. One evening, under a sky filled with stars, they approached their father. "Father," they said, hope shining in their eyes. "We wish for a festival of our own. A festival where men can show us their talents and skills. We want to find love, but it must be true love." King Chima raised his eyebrows in surprise. This was not tradition. But as he looked into their determined faces, he understood. His daughters were different. Their spirits were free. Maybe this was their way of finding love. With a nod, he declared, "Let there be a festival." Excitement rippled through the village. Word spread far and wide. Suitors prepared, practicing skills, polishing talents, then dreaming of love. Tailors sewed fine clothes, chefs prepared feasts, and musicians tuned their instruments. The village transformed in anticipation. The princesses watched, feeling a flutter in their hearts. Perhaps, among the jesters, poets, and warriors, they would find someone who could see beyond their crowns. As the festival approached, the air was thick with wonder. On the day of the event, the village square buzzed like a beehive. Men arrived, eager to win the princesses' hearts, dressed in their finest, boasting wealth, strength, and charm. The princesses observed them quietly. Gold and muscle did not interest them. They longed for someone who saw deeper. Stepping forward, they announced, "We have a challenge. To win our hearts, you must do more than show wealth or strength. You must guess our real names." A hush fell over the crowd. Their names? No one knew them. They were simply called the Three Foolish Princesses. Suitors exchanged nervous glances. They had prepared to showcase power, not solve a riddle. Murmurs of confusion and curiosity filled the air. The princesses stood firm. It was a test, not of wealth or might, but of wisdom and patience. Would anyone take the time to truly know them? In the village lived a man named Okon. He was the village drunkard, often seen stumbling through the streets. Most dismissed him as foolish, but beneath his carefree exterior lay an observant mind. When he heard of the challenge, something stirred in him. "Why not me?" he thought. And so, he set out on a quest to discover the princesses' names. Day after day, Okon watched them from a distance, but their names remained a mystery. Then fate intervened. One afternoon, as the princesses wandered near the forest, the youngest, full of mischief, tumbled into a hidden pit. "Help!" she cried, her voice trembling with fear. Okon, hidden nearby, watched as the eldest princess shouted, "Amma," to the rescue. The second one called, "Layla, help me pull her up." "Hold on, Tina," they urged. Okon's eyes widened. Their names, Amma, Layla, and Tina, were now his secret. He had found the answer, but he had also witnessed their love and bravery. Moved by their bond, he knew he had to do the right thing. With newfound courage, Okon stepped out from the shadows and declared to the village, "I know their names.